Fulham. The team at the bottom really of the Premier League. Of course, they're still scrapping for survival, but I have been informed by a good friend of mine that they are actually, in fact, a couple of years to this day, well, was, in fact, challenging for the Europa League, and they almost got there, got towards a final this week in real life a couple of years back. I should have done my research more, as we are going to try, and yes, this is a big ask, and recreate the feat. So sit back and relax as we have a new rebuild come into town. At the moment of recording this team sits in 17th. They're actually losing to Chelsea, but I don't care. So we're going to put it on legendary loose transfers this time and try and take them into Europa League spot. It's a push. Even survival will be good for the Cottagers, as these are the rivals in the Grimsby series, but we won't let it stop us. And of course, we're going to take the trophy with the most money possible, the European International Cup, which offers 7 million, as our budget at the moment is only 14, and the team I don't think is near enough strong enough at all, so we're going to have to change this around a lot, especially that defence has a lot of work to do. I have gone ahead and transfer listed a bunch of players before this season starts, as we do need to trim this squad down to try and get us more money, as I will actually fix this team up before I show you the next thing. At the moment, I think this is the best possible squad we could use to try and do the business. We've got a lone player and Loftus-Cheek on the bench. I think I want to try and fill this bench with maybe lone players and low rated, as I need to get all the players out possible to get money into this first team squad. Mitrovic is good. Maybe another striker could be used, because he is 25 actually, which isn't as old as I thought, and maybe another CDM, and definitely a defender alongside Captain Anderson. And we are in fact going to start the rebuild with an offer for a player I didn't even list. It's Zambo Anguissa, 76 rated, and we can try and get 17 million out for him. So if we can get that, I'll let him go, as I do want to see if they're willing to pay that. Are they? 17.3, 15's a big amount of money as well for if we want to sign anyone, but meet us on 17. I think it's reasonable, as they're going to push us all the way. Okay, I can see what you're trying to do, but 17 is what I am going to stand by. I need to be resilient in this, and I do want to keep him so he doesn't leave. So no outgoing straight away as we move on to his first pre-season game against Fenerbahce. Of course, going to be simulated, as this is a builder. I think if we lose, we build on it, as it's 0-0. Not the worst result. We did dominate the game as well against the Turkish outfit, so I'm not too disappointed. Of course, said that because I know we have Wolfsburg next, as we've got Fabricio, an offer from Bournemouth, 1.4 million for a backup keeper who is aging. I'll just accept, as we don't want him anyway, although the offer's off, and Wolves wanting Zambo Anguissa. He's not for sale to a rival. We need better teams than that to try and push, and of course Wolves, probably a direct rival for the Europa League. I know it's unrealistic that we'll actually get there, but I can hope, and if we avoid relegation, it's going to be good anyway. As Wolfsburg are this next team up, can we try and win to get money in this tournament? As no, thrashed that time with Lutman getting the goal. Not good enough there then. And an offer in for Brian this time from Southampton, a left back which I actually think we can ship out, so Joe Bryan will be accepted. What was the other message? A scout report on Kevin Volland, who's a player I wouldn't mind on signing. I mean, I'm telling you that because I don't think we will at all. 29 million? You are taking the mick, mate. A lot of money right there, as we're going to go for this guy, Nicholas Nkulu. Of course, I've signed him before in a career mode last year. I think it was Ibar, as we should get him for around 10 million, and is experienced, 30-year-old, yes, but 78 rated, which is quite high, I think, for Fulham. So we'll go and offer 10 million, which might get accepted. You don't know if it does. That's a good thing, as we're going to get him. Hopefully, if he signs the contract. Anyway, as crucial, yes, I expected that. We'll accept that one straight up, as we'll only have 4 million left after this, but a lot in the wage budget. It's 3 years, he will accept as well. Didn't know he had 3 years left in the lockers. Rejects that. Wants a hefty wage, but I will accept. I think it's Nicholas Nkulu is into the team. And I'm actually saying to myself right there, I think the most important thing actually in this save might not be the players. It might be the players training, not just signing new ones, as that's usually what we do. We've got a decent keeper, and I think we've got a decent defence, apart from Aina, but he is on loan, so might as well utilise him. As this team, I think, is good enough definitely to avoid relegation. Just thinking about Europa League or not. I honestly don't know. We'll have to leave it as we go into the last game of this Turkish tournament against Galatasaray. Falcao up front, who is a great striker. Can we get a result here? We are bottom of the group at the moment, as it's 0-0. That's not going to get us any money, I don't think. Well, it will, but not, of course, as much as you get when you go into the final and semi-finals, as we knocked out in the group stages. At least it gives us time to try and look at players and of course get money in, as it was only 1.1. Tough. Very tough on us, as how does that take our budget? Takes it to 5.6. Maybe it's a little bit unrealistic, this chance that I'm going to try and get. However, that's actually a decent thing when we put it up. We've got around 20 million plus a decent wage for one player if we can find the right one. After that last game as well, it's got me thinking. I've just gone ahead and scouted him, as maybe it's not going into one player. This guy, not him, looks very good, and of course didn't score against us, but for the rating and the age and the price tag, I think I would want him. Radamel Falcao, returning of course to Fulham, because he's been to Chelsea before, but not to the Cottage, apart from playing against them. As let's try and get him for 7 million, can we? He is 34, so please be lenient on pricing, as will it do? No, they want Tom Kearney plus 4 million, which I don't know if Kearney's in his team, but I don't want to get rid of him. He is, of course, a really decent player. So we'll put the sell-on clause on, shall we, of 25. I don't know if they'll accept it or not, as they want 9 million. That's too much. However, will 7 million plus a high sell-on clause do it? Will. That's good. And can we get a wage for him? I think 70k is very reasonable, considering what he's on now at Fulham, as he wants bonuses as well, but we will give them to him. Radamel Falcao joins the club, and I feel like that's a really good marquee signing. Could go to up front with Mitro joining him, but I'm not going to get too hasty. Definitely fits in the team, and of course drops Major to the reserves, but I think his rating's too low anyway. Lovely stuff, as we do have an offer here for McDonald as well. Savaspor, we're sending him out to Turkey. Of course, the teams must have been watching him in pre-season as, who was that? Was it Brian? I think it was, is his name? Yeah, Joe Bryan. He has left the club. And Fabricio, another bid, this time from Besiktas, want him out. And also, another offer, Dennis Adoy. I like how these little transfers, though, are stacking up for millions of pounds. I think if we keep on doing this, like Brian, like Adoy, and like Fabricio, we will have money maybe for one more marquee signing. Oh, and that's a good one, actually. Leipzig coming in for Ivan Cavallero. We could potentially get more, but I will accept that straight away. Don't want that one to break down because I don't have any interest in him, actually. He is a good winger in real life, but not for the club right now, as I am selling off the bench, but the money's stacking up. 19 million. We've got to search for that probably 20 million man to buy. Man? Did I just say man player man, whatever. And he has left the club, so that does leave us with 22 million. I do have a player in mind as well, but I don't know if we'll be able to afford him in time. Frustrating, as the team looking at it right now. Left back still is an issue, I think, and maybe a cam right mid or just a central midfielder to go in the middle there into that gap. I'm unsure so far. And Rodak, is this the backup goalkeeper? Damn, he's only 23, so he's got a 5.8 million bid from Estudiantes de La Plata, so we'll accept that one right here, as I think we're almost at the Leicester game as well, and we have loads of money. I tell you what, we'll sim up to this one, we'll play this one if we don't get a big offer in here, which it looks like we might get another one in. Ream 8.3 and McDonald 8.8. We'll accept both of these, I think. Don't want any of them aging players, so we'll accept them. And I think we will simulate Leicester and maybe, depending on the result, go to 10 games in and then halfway through. Or maybe spend some more money, because I'm not, and I repeat, not going to leave us with 20 million spent. So it's going to be the team that I built. It's Fulham here against Leicester. They are a good team as well, so I've got to consider that. As can we win the opening game? We don't, but it is a narrow loss, so I guess there's some positives. So yeah, that definitely didn't work out for us. McDonald, transfer talk, I think that is. Rodak, they're all breaking down, as this is the man I actually wanted to sign though. Emi Buendia, and we can't afford him, you know. Save maybe around 5 million for January, which is maybe enough for another player if we get some out as well, as Buendia's the man to go for. Can we try and sign the winger, as we'll go with 20 million straight up as a transfer sum. They want 26. Oh, okay, so it's probably going to be most of his money. 23.8, I think that's acceptable with that release clause, and they want 26.9. We'll just accept it. We will just accept it. We want this player, so we'll also offer all this, and then he's left the wage down to us, which I hate. I'm going to offer him 70k though, because we've lost most of his money. We might as well go with it, and there we have it. We have signed him. He's getting overpaid, but Buendia is at Fulham. And I think with a couple of changes right here, dropping Major out again of the team. Sorry, Major. Very harsh on you. And Buendia into that right mid slot. I think we've got a pretty decent team. Left back and maybe central midfield and Cam are a bit of a worry, but I'll live with it. I'll definitely live with it. Even right back as well, because they have got pace, the players I'm actually looking at. Hyena's not slow, as we'll go into the season 10 games in with this squad and see how we're doing. And looking at the league table, you can see right there after 10 games, we're not going to go fixture by fixture first. We're going to just go opposite as I hit my microphone, as we are above the noisy rivals Chelsea, although defeat them more times. And we're actually in 12th, so not as bad as I thought at all. 2 points off 7th, 4 points off Arsenal in 6th. This is not a bad season, for Fulham. As yes, it's only 10 games in though, and now we'll show you the fixtures. West Brom and Southampton down there. I think it was Sheffield United, the other one, but I'm not sure as how the fixtures gone. We've actually had a really good month last month, actually out in October. September was good as well, winning in the cup. Did we win the cup there? Yes, against Everton. The first month though is actually the one that let us down. We lost to Leicester, City, Everton, and Man United, but won in the cup against Palace. What is up with this Fulham team? It's actually playing well. So we'll simulate again towards the start of January, where we have a hard month there, and see how we do. And I actually think it hasn't been an as good month. We have got the FA Cup game, but as you can see right here, 4 L's actually, 1 in the cup, 2 draws, 2 wins though, and we beat Arsenal on the way. So we did beat a rival, which is pretty good of us, as now we can make transfers as well. I don't know if we have much money though to operate with. Nothing at all, in fact. Oh dear. Looks like it could be an actual empty month, as Hyena's been recalled as well. A couple of players getting drawn back. That could do us in. Yeah, I don't actually know if we have enough money at all to do anything, so I'll check where we are in the league. Maybe we can get a cup run going as well, as survival is a success in my opinion. Although this was meant to go to the Europa League, I really don't think we will, as still in 12th. Although more points off the top 6, or 7 right now. We are 6 points off 7th, in fact, as Burnley, Sheffield United, West Brom are in those places. We're doing very, very well to avoid it. But for now, of course, going towards the end of the season, might be a short rebuild, but when we have no money, we have to go for him. As I've got a different idea for next week as well, so stay tuned. Might not be a rebuild, as we go to the final game of the season against Villa. And how have we done at the end? That's what you guys want to know, as we have drawn 2-2. Won 2-0 and lost. We've lost a couple there, we've lost a couple there. We've also won some and not lost, as that takes us up to December actually. And where did we finish? Of course, it was the spot that we have literally stayed in all season long. We avoided relegation though, as Newcastle went down, West Brom and Sheffield United, as we finished 12th. Fulham finishing 12th. It's not bad. I mean, more defeats than wins, and I thought our team would try and prop us up, as we did finish actually a way away from 7th. 8 points actually below them, as West Ham was a bogey team this year, definitely. And yeah, rebuild I'd say was a success on the whole, but of course not reaching the thing which we wanted to do in one season, which of course is the achievement that they did a year ago to this week, I think, where they were of course in Europe, or fighting to win the Europa League in the final, in fact, which they of course missed out on when they were a huge team. Still are, but not there yet. And of course not here on my series, because this is the only episode I'm doing of this one. As yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it was a bit of a short one. It was a bit of a last minute one, but I had to get something out. I am making a change to these rebuilds as well, which may involve them not being rebuilds at all, because they're taking me quite a while and I can't get through every single thing just for one video. I'm taking pride in these series links, not just these. So we're going to try and shake it up. Stay tuned, as I will see you on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe with the notification bell as well, if you want to stay tuned with the series, as I will see you all in a bit. Take care and peace.